Welcome, welcome, beautiful viewers. You know who it is. It's Seth Estrada, and you know who loves your face. The same guy. Guys, thank you so much. Myron, thanks for being first. You know I always appreciate you being first. Guys, just so you know, there is a sticky on every single comment section in which Myron is always first. So it's like reserved parking at work. You're like, hey, how'd that guy get a reserved parking spot? He's only the CEO. Yeah, Myron is the CEO of the comments. So Myron, welcome, welcome. BDF, good to see you. No, the audio was not bad on your side. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe you had the audio turned off. Yeah, no, guys, BDF had his audio turned off. Totally his fault. Everybody say, shame on you, BDF. All right. Guys, really appreciate you tuning in. Today, we're going 2 for 1. I don't always do this, but when I do, it's epic. And the reason that I'm going 2 for 1 today is because of the ETC listing on Coinbase. Huge, absolutely huge. If we don't keep track of this, well, I think we could miss out, especially as miners. You've noticed, as have I, that we've, hey, Myron, I love you too, man. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for being a support. So guys, as we've seen the price action for mining, specifically profitability for mining ETC, it's been flirting with that top spot. At least on what to mine, right? The profitability charts, any profitability charts that are measuring Dagger Hashimoto coins, ETC has taken that top spot a couple of times. Thank you, Ronaldo. Giving BDF the appropriate shame. All right, good. Hang your head in shame, BDF, for 5 minutes. Then say 5 Hail Canaries and rejoin the group. All right, so guys, we've got a unique opportunity today to watch the price action of ETC from morning to night. And that's what I intend to do on my channel today, is for us as miners to see, like, all right, let's please not dump. I don't want to promote dumping anything today, but I really want to see what happens. And I want to take a look at the before and after snapshot. But guys, before we jump into that, let me just really quickly shill my own wares, right? If you were to go to Amazon and start typing in mine your autosuggest.biz, what happens when I click on that? Oh, snap. I see all the Mine Your Biz official merch. What's this? 5-star reviews? Don't mind if I do. Let's take a look. What do these reviews say? Amazing, incredible, unbelievable. And it also says, support your crypto miners. I have to agree, wholeheartedly. Guys, we've got the merch there in the store. Newbie, before you jump into the comments and ask me when I'm going to start shipping to Norway with my e-commerce site, the answer to that question is still soon, TM. Haha. I'm getting to that. I promise I am. Guys, as you've noticed with the SQRL difficulty in getting shipping sorted, e-commerce is more tricky I don't know how this is the case, guys, but e-commerce and even online publishing is more tricky in 2018 than it was in 2011. True story. I started a marketing agency with a friend of mine from school. We both graduated before then. And a friend of mine from college and I were talking about doing... Oh, Sir John, great point. I do need to do a Scam Buster Saturday hat. I've got to see if Amazon merch supports hats. It might only be shirts right now, but we'll see. See what I can do there. But incoming, promise. And we'll do something kind of like, I don't know, wear like the Sherlock Holmes hat with like a magnifying glass or something. But we started a marketing agency in 2011 where we had access to really great syndication tools. A lot of them are gone. Really great video hosting platforms aside from just YouTube, but YouTube kind of figured out what it had sometime between 2012 and 2014. And over the last 4 years, it's kind of just gone crazy. You know what I mean? Because YouTube finally knows what it has, it's pay to play. The ad revenue's way down. People who made a career out of YouTube or thought they were going to make a career out of YouTube, they haven't been able to. I'm not complaining, guys. I really love YouTube as a platform. I think it's a really great thing. I really look forward to being able to just going live on BitTube and then re-uploading my content to here instead. Maybe. We'll see. And then getting some of the API worked out so I can integrate comments into tools like Streamlabs OBS or OBS. I really am looking forward to what happens with the BitTube team. In the meantime, YouTube really, they've got years of head start in the space. So Haha, Richard, I think you got the right idea. But Richard, has anybody ever told you you're kind of a dick? Ah, get it? It's a first name joke, guys. It's really, this is a family show. Richard, Dick is the shortened version. Forget it. I'm just gonna start calling him Rich. I'm sorry, Rich. You're a rich guy. You were too rich for her. So it's good that you let her go. He says, my ex told me to dump my crypto, so I dumped her instead. It was a really bad joke. Please don't hit me. All right, so guys, as you see, the merch store is there. Shill deactivated. Interestingly, before we jump into the ETC price action, before we jump into some of the ETC news, I got tagged on Twitter yesterday, and I was kind of surprised. People were tagging me with this guy, Alex Jones. I don't really follow his channel. I mean, I've seen him around. I've seen some of his content. He's angered some people a lot. He's got some very controversial opinions occasionally. He says some things that are a little bit inflammatory. So I don't really follow this guy all that much. But when somebody tags me and him in the same tweets, I kind of pay attention. And it turns out that he had his YouTube channel removed and his iTunes listing for his podcast removed. And then he had his Facebook group removed. He had his Facebook page, right? But the same thing happened to Omar Bam of Crypto's News. And I reached out to Omar just a couple of weeks ago. I said the same thing to Omar that I've just said to Alex Jones. Join me on BitTube. Now, guys, am I a straight-ahead BitTube shill? No. Frankly, nobody pays me enough for me to shill any coin project or any project within the crypto or blockchain space. Beyond that, Christy and I talked about it weeks ago, right? A couple months ago. If you really want to buy my full allegiance, my price is kind of high, actually. Yeah, it is kind of high. But I digress. Guys, Alex Jones may have controversial opinions. He may occasionally conduct himself like a bit of a buffoon, but he's been publishing since 1999. He knows a thing or two about creating controversy, and he's something like Donald Trump. He's a problematic character in the media, and I think that that's by design in part. Do I love the guy? No. Do I respect what he's done by way of creating a media empire? Well, I mean, it's kind of hard not to. He's created a platform that for himself and for multiple other people on his team has created jobs, has created some stability for them. It's created a profit center to support a team of people that are creating a media stream. That's hard. That's really hard. Richard, I agree with you. He was entertaining. He did get boring. He probably is perhaps in need of some professional therapy. I don't know. I'm not a professional therapist. Guys, when I went to college, I tried studying psychology for a while and realized I didn't want to fix people because I saw stuff like this. So I was like, I'm out of here. Mechanical engineering for a while, and I was like, I don't want to make the next, I don't want to make a better toaster or a better mousetrap. I'll leave that to somebody else. So yeah, I realized if I didn't want to fix things, I definitely didn't want to fix people when I went through college. And so I look at stuff like this, and all I can think is, sure, he said some things that have upset some people, but demonetizing him and completely taking him off the platform, I don't know who that really serves. And certainly, I think that with platforms like BitTube, he can say what he wants. And if people really want to tune in to watch it, then it's ad-free and it's monetized in some other way. When their airtime feature goes live later on in August, BitTube is going to be an awesome place for characters like Alex Jones, because if you want to tune in, whether it's out of morbid curiosity like you and me, where we're like, what's this guy going to say next? Or if it's genuine, fans of his, who I don't think I know any of his genuine fans, but they must exist, right? They're somewhere supporting him in some other way. So when people tune in, though, and when you give this person time by watching, I think that probably deserves a little bit of remuneration, right? Fancy word for payment, right? He went out of his way. He has a team full of people that help produce the content. I don't know. I think he might find a really great home over at BitTube. Possibly. Yeah. So, yeah, our RM Zayas, I think you're probably right. He probably could move on to some other topics. I don't know. Yeah, and Myron, you're right. He's got viewers. He's got loyal fans. So if he's got an email list also, he can definitely find his way through this. But I think the BitTube might be a really good platform. And I keep getting tagged. You'll notice, dang, the last 34 minutes, I've had 21 people like my tweet about because somebody asked me hey, could you get him set up? And I just said, sure, I'd have a blast showing him the ropes, getting him up to speed on what BitTube is all about. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It could be that some of these new platforms and crypto networks, that they're the right place to help preserve freedom of speech for people who have an audience but no longer a platform to do so. In the same way that it's hard for large groups to gather and demonstrate in the United States, it's harder now than it was in the past, in years past. Now, I'm not gonna compare our current situation to some of the truly awful things that have happened in the past, like genuine police brutality and firing on unarmed audiences. Those terrible things have happened in the past in this country and others. This is not the same. But as far as giving people a place where they can just voice their opinions, this is where I totally agree with BitTube's approach. Try to be as censorship resistant as possible, and then let people say what they want. If folks don't show up because they don't like what's being said, then fine. But this also underscores our responsibility as media consumers. If you really don't like what somebody's saying, stop watching their stuff. Stop sharing their stuff. Stop talking about their stuff. Just extinguish it, right? Walk away. So if you really want to shut them down, Luke, Amos, I mean, that's fine. You can ban him. But if you really want to shut people down, then just stop talking about their stuff. Yep. Hey, Reynaldo, you hit the nail on the head. He's been turned into a martyr. So I guess everybody in Alex Jones's channel should be thanking Apple and Facebook and YouTube. They gave him more free publicity and launched him into the spotlight in a way that his own content couldn't. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, Christo, you're asking, let's talk ETC. We're getting to that, my friend. We're getting there. So, there we go. I'm going to do my little my Seinfeld bit. What is the deal with Ethereum Classic? Like that? What is it? That's all I have to do, right? This is a show about nothing. It's a live stream about nothing, but secretly about Ethereum Classic. So let's look at coinmarketcap.com, guys. First off, we're going to see that the top 10 is largely unchanged. Gosh darn it, Bitcoin is still in the lead. When is Bitcoin Cash going to take over? My coffee. But Bitcoin is still in the lead. Ethereum is in second place. Ripple, it's still around. Guys. Thankfully, I shouldn't say thankfully. I shouldn't wish ill on any projects. But Ripple is not XRP. It's not a real crypto, right? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why we're also focused on it. But EOS, hey, there it is. Huge market cap. But that's what happens when you raise billions of dollars. You fool people for a long time. They follow your project. Litecoin, it's still dropping. Stellar with the announcement, I think, has really gotten a shot in the arm recently, but still overall down. Cardano, Tether, IOTA, and in the handy 11th place, Ethereum Classic. So, yeah, Vladimir, I'm with you. I really think that XRP probably should be removed. Yes, actually, Reynaldo, I can do Stewie's voice. But man, if this is just a show where all I do is impression, maybe let's totally change the show. Yes. Monero in 13th place. Tron in 12th place. I don't think we should do that every day, though. We got some Morgan Freeman yesterday, guys. Stay tuned, and I'll give you more. I'll give you more Morgan Freeman and some others in the near future. But we see that Ethereum Classic is in 11th place. Overall market cap, $672 million. That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money, guys. Whole lot. But I think it's great that it's ahead of Tron. Again, what does Tron actually add of value to the world? I don't know. I really think that Monero should be in the top 10 as well, guys. That's just me personally. I mean, in terms of my own personal view of market rankings, Bitcoin is always going to offer the highest degree of utility because it was the first, because it still offers more novelty than so many new blockchains, right? It was the first to break ground, and it is typically a front runner in innovation, where so many other coins, they rebase off of what Bitcoin is doing. Ethereum totally deserves that number 2 spot. Litecoin, I mean, maybe it still deserves to be in the top 10. Maybe. because it's a little bit faster. Transfer fees are lower. But man, as far as actual genuine innovation, no, it doesn't do that. Bitcoin Cash, I think kind of almost deserves the spot that Litecoin is taking at this point, because they've chosen to follow a different path, right? They've chosen to approach scaling in a different place. Hey, Terry BSE, thanks for saying hello. And Hristo, hey, I didn't know you were out in Bulgaria. That's awesome. Randomly but related, one of my favorite leg exercises when it's leg day. I occasionally work out, guys. Sometimes I pick up heavy things and put them back down again in order to experience an increase in health. I know, crazy concept. But one of my favorite leg exercises is Bulgarian split squat. It's pretty cool stuff. And Bulgarian training is intense. No, not like camping, not like out in the wilderness in a tent. It's just intense. So, yeah, I don't know if I fully agree with the top 10 rankings, guys. Maybe we should try to come up with our own top 10 list by way of what we think in terms of innovation and real impact in the world. I don't know. Over time, maybe we can do that. I don't know that I can say that safely today. Too many projects to interview, but certainly here, I feel like Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, they probably deserve to be in the top 10. Litecoin, sure, maybe it does too. I kind of feel like Bitcoin Cash, because they are taking a different development approach, they've earned this spot. Litecoin, I don't know that they're taking a development approach that is radically different. So I don't know what Litecoin is adding of value by way of new innovation. I don't know, guys. Set me straight. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. Cardano and IOTA, Tether, they've all gotten a lot of media love. Ripple, for similar reasons from Ripple, though, right? Same with Tether, where it's like, oh, cool, we can peg this to the dollar. It must have value. And it's like, oh, really? But now you guys are going to get, eventually you're going to get shut down by the SEC. Surely it's going to cause some trouble. Vladimir, you say that Toronto will get bigger with time. Does it have to, really? Is that the future we have to look toward? I don't know. And Hristo, yeah, you may be right. We might see Ethereum Classic hit $30 today. I don't know, because it's already gone up almost 10%. So let's talk about the actual news, guys. Let's look at that's today's snapshot. We'll jump back to see the actual chart and look at the price action of Ethereum Classic in just a moment. But here are some of the headlines. This is from Bitcoinist, so give proper attribution there. But Robinhood added Ethereum yesterday. If you guys have not already jumped onto Robinhood as a platform, I highly recommend that you do. Guys, here's where I get to shill just a tiny bit. It's not actually shilling. This is me doing some affiliate links, and you can see that right there in the comment section, bit.ly/get_Robinhood. If you're not already on Robinhood, it's an affiliate link. I will be credited with bringing you to the platform, and I think that I still have some credits left to receive a couple of free stocks. They do cap you at a certain point, so after a couple more recommendations, I won't be receiving any more credit for referring people. If that's the case, by all means, check out the affiliate links from the moderators in the Mind Your Biz Discord. I know that Corey Round, for example, has posted his affiliate link in one of the channels, so be sure to click on that as well if you're over on Discord, and support our moderators, right? It's usually a thankless job, and there's not enough compensation. If you're over on Facebook for the Mind Your Biz Facebook group, please be sure to click on Travis Guerra's on his affiliate links. In my communities, moderators earn their keep. They do. So, hey, Faded, speaking of moderators, I feel so bad because he's a moderator of the comments here, but I didn't give him permission to post any affiliate links. Please don't, Faded, because you will have your moderator privileges revoked here on YouTube. We're not quite at that level yet. I don't know you like that yet, Faded. I'm sorry. We've got to build some trust, build up some business relationship, and then, we can do business bigly. So Robinhood added Ethereum Classic yesterday. And I don't know. I think that helped. We're seeing that 9%, almost 10% pump in Ethereum Classic. I think it's primarily because of Robinhood beating him to the punch. Pretty big deal. Hristo, those are some pretty big predictions there. Hristo in the comment section is saying that he believes that we might see Ethereum Classic go to 30 by the end of the week and possibly to 100 by the end of the year. I don't know. It's always possible. I won't say it's impossible. What I will say is that we've definitely seen some growth. So we'll take a look at the price action really, really soon. Did Robinhood jump in strictly to beat Coinbase? Was this already on their roadmap? I don't know. JMS, how are you, buddy? Hey, Jeremy, are you back stateside? I need to ask, because we did not do Mystery Mining Mondays yesterday. It was my birthday. We didn't do Mystery Mining Mondays yesterday, but buddy, back in Jersey? Can we go live next week? Mystery Mining Mondays, maybe? This can happen? Let me know in the comments, brother. Guys, JMS is in the house, by the way. If you are not already subscribed to JMS Vlogs, you should be. He tried to buy a meal in Portugal with Bitcoin. Did it work? I don't know. You'll have to look over on his channel to see what happened. Don't give him any spoilers in the comments, Jeremy. Just let him go watch. So, love doing the Monday show with Jeremy and with Christy, my partners in crime, publishing crime on Mondays. So Robinhood, if you haven't already gotten that, guys, you see it in the comments, bit.ly/get_Robinhood. They shot first, right? They're like Han Solo. They shot first. But we'll see what happens with Coinbase. All right. Well, hey, that's good news, JMS. Good to see that you're back stateside. So, alrighty. Yeah, what am I going to do? Decline the cookie policy. It's going to shoot me off the site. Yeah, Christo, you might be right. Coinbase listing today might be the pump that all of us have been hoping for, because several of us, again, seeing that ETC has topped the profitability for mining charts, a lot of us have focused on ETC over the last several weeks, or at least we've spent a few days mining ETC. So RM's ISN Robinhood should allow cold wallet, won't let you hold my stocks, coins, etc. Reynaldo, I wish I could take credit for that, right? Yeah, pumping ETC live on this stream, that'd be awesome, right? I don't know that I can take that much credit. Mossy is saying that ETC is a worthless coin. Mossy, you could be right, but let's look up some things about ETC. Let's look up Ethereum Classic just a little bit. So right here, first off, this is from newsbtc.com. I want to make sure you have the correct attribution there, guys. So moving from Bitcoinist to newsbtc.com. What they're saying about the Ethereum Classic price key highlights is that it got a big boost after Coinbase and Robinhood added the asset to the trading offerings, but Coinbase is adding that today. And Mossy, yeah, they probably are trying to avoid a lawsuit. Let's talk about that just a little bit. Hey, Pete, how are you? I think it's the first time that I've seen a comment there. But yeah, they could just be trying to avoid a lawsuit. That's very possible. We'll look up some of the documentation. I'm glad you brought that up. I prepared just a little bit here from Coinbase's own documentation, their FAQ pages. So there are several reasons that I think probably several reasons that it's being listed. I don't think it's ever just one, but I don't think it's hurt Coinbase, and I don't think it's hurting Ethereum Classic, and I don't think it's hurting Ethereum, right? So if they're doing no harm all around, well, as good anarcho-capitalist, libertarian crypto believers, I think we can all agree this does not violate the non-aggression principle, bare minimum. Is it sinister? I don't know. Maybe? I don't think so. Hey, Nemesis419, thanks so much for the birthday wishes there. Guys, thank you for clicking the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thanks for clicking the bell icon so you know when we go live. Thanks for hitting the like button. And thank you for the anonymous donations. Another shout out to Nubasaur. Really appreciate the early birthday gift last week. Nubasaur was kind enough to look at the anonymous donation addresses in the video description and send me a little gift. I'm not going to tell you in which currency, but it was unexpected and it was really cool. Thanks, Nubasaur. So, all right, guys. Are we actually climbing right now live? Oh my gosh. No way. ETC going to the moon. Got to do the Hodge twins, right? ETC cone. ETC cone going to the moon. So they say the price is trending higher since in an ascending channel on the 4-hour chart is testing the resistance. A break past this channel top could pave the way for an even sharper rally, but technical indicators have yet to catch on. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see if we do see that, if that rally does happen today. Yeah, Vladimir, you're right. What Coinbase did for Litecoin in 2017 was phenomenal. And Litecoin, man, like bottom support when everything else was tanking, Litecoin, it kept really strong bottom support. So guys, I'm not a trading guy. I'm not a market guy per se. Hey, Terry B, thanks so much for the birthday wishes there. And Reynaldo, I don't know, maybe there's not enough awareness on ETC, but from a miner's perspective, ETC has been on our radar for the last several weeks, right? I mean, it's absolutely been on our radar because we've been looking at the profitability charts and looking at stuff that is kind of consistently high, right? So even though several of us, and you've heard me talk about mining the averages, but also potentially mining a portfolio. These are very valid ways of focusing your mining efforts. And you notice that on the Seb Green interview that he mentioned, sell all your crypto notes. I vehemently disagree. Don't sell them all today. Yeah, Faded, I don't think it is pumping. Yeah, I think ETC, we're going to see some fluctuation, right? Certainly. And SoupMinder, you're right. It has been many weeks that we've seen this kind of profitability surging on Ethereum Classic. So yeah, we're seeing some technical indicators here. Ooh, oh yeah, there's that sawtooth moving up. Dang, but it's really sharp right now. So we'll see what the correction is when it comes back down, or see when it comes back down. Bludget, thanks for the shout out comments. Nemesis 419, yes, mining ETC this last month it's been good. Right? I mean, who hasn't had a good time mining that? Let's jump into some of the Coinbase docs here, though. So Ethereum Classic FAQ. And this is clear back from December of 2016. In December of 2016, Coinbase removed support for Ethereum Classic. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a history lesson here, guys. All right, guys, so thank you again for... And Hrista, thanks for bringing that up. I'm going to pop open What to Mine there. And let's bring up Ethereum Classic. Nope, not Coinbase. Ethereum Classic history. All right. And what we're going to look for is Wikipedia article here. Let's try to, oh my gosh. Well, we can jump back to Coinbase. Yeah, sorry, I had that super huge because I want to do that gag about what is the deal with Ethereum Classic, right? I wanted to do the Seinfeld bit there, but let's maybe not have that at 200% because it's annoying. So Ethereum Classic, guys, right here. No, I don't want to beta test Ghostery during my live stream, you jerks. Ethereum Classic, I mean, this fork happened clear back in 2015, right? So there's some history here. This didn't just come out of nowhere, right? So yeah, and this is not news for a lot of our audience, right? But there are going to be, remember guys, this channel is for the 80% of miners that are new, right? They just came in during the bull run. They're not aware of the cyclical nature of FPGA mining and ASIC development and ASIC production and trying to stay ahead of ASICs, right? And then, yeah, ASIC development outstripping its own ability to overcome difficulty and total network hash rate. Like this is all a cycle. We know this is all a cycle, and we can see it over the lifetime of Bitcoin into all of the alts, right? Litecoin, and then into the debut of Ethereum. This stuff it kind of moves in cycles. So Ethereum Classic, no, not new. It forked. I mean, it forked before Ethereum was even 2 years old, right? So pretty interesting stuff. Dang. So yeah, interesting stuff, guys. Definitely recommend reading up on the history there. But there's nothing here on the Ethereum Classic Wikipedia page that would tell you about Coinbase and their policies, right? So let's just take a look at this really briefly. In December of 2016, there was the announcement that Ethereum Classic withdrawals are no longer available. Since Coinbase no longer provides support for Ethereum Classic, it's not possible to deposit, store, or withdraw ETC. Now, Coinbase needed to support the fork because, well, there was a fork. So they did the same thing with Bitcoin Cash. It was not hard for them to just say, like, yeah, of course, we're going to support Bitcoin Cash. That's going to happen. What is ETC? Let's see what Coinbase says about it. On July 20th, 2016, Ethereum executed a hard fork, or a change in the way the Ethereum protocol works. The majority of the mining hash power supported the hard fork, which is currently known as ETH or Ethereum. Hristo is very bullish on ETC, as you can tell from the comments. But they say the majority of mining hash power supported the hard fork, which is currently known as Ethereum. A smaller set of miners supported a shorter chain. The shorter chain became known as ETC. Coinbase is currently configured to support ETH, not ETC. So yes, this was important as a hard fork happened during that time to coins that were supported by Coinbase for them to be able to at least make an announcement as to where their support would go. And as was mentioned before in the comments section, and I appreciate it, was it Rich? Did you mention this? Apologize, guys. Somebody mentioned lawsuit. Mossy, okay, avoiding a lawsuit. It's quite possible that yes, they are attempting to avoid a lawsuit. Let's see what the current stance is from Coinbase. Now, they mentioned this on their blog, which is essentially a Medium publication. Their intention to support Ethereum Classic in the coming months, consistent with our process for adding new assets. Now, they also mentioned, I think in the same article, that they intended to potentially support, I think in the same article, their support for ERC20 tokens. There we go. And the possibility of supporting Zcash, I think, was even mentioned as early as this article. So I don't want to completely rehash this. Get it? Mining joke rehash. But I don't want to completely just reread this article. If you haven't read it, absolutely worth reading. Christo's asking, Seth, what will we mine with 1060s if Ethereum and ETC disappeared? That's a great question. There are a couple of ways we could go, and maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the day. I'll bring up the mining profitability chart, or bring up my own mining efficiency charts. Guys, also newsflash, based on the live stream yesterday and some of the pushback that I got by talking about the P104, I feel like I'm doing us a disservice by not adding mining specific cards. So mining editions of, say, the RX 470 and mining editions of the P102, P104, P106. And yes, talking a little bit about what's possible with mining edition cards and putting them on the exact same spreadsheet that I have some of the consumer cards on, with current pricing available for each. I think that that's important for us to take a look at, guys. So I have to put that onto those lists just so we can get a clear sense for what makes sense by way of bang for the buck and long-term efficiency for less onerous OpEx. Ooh, got my fancy words, guys, but ongoing expenses that aren't too high by spending too much on electricity. So that will be added to the mining efficiency charts by the end of the day, and we'll go back over that. So I appreciate you asking, Christo. So Jonas, you're asking, did ETC patch the hole that allowed the hack in the first place? Don't know. Yeah, not sure. So Sir John is saying that there was nothing to patch, and yeah, I mean, Christo, yeah, if there is a bull run on BTC, it's a rising tide, right? So everything that is in the bay, in this crypto bay, will float higher, right? So absolutely a possibility. V, get out of here with that shill nonsense. Best coin ever! Canary is the best coin ever. Ask anyone, everyone knows. So yeah, so what Ethereum Classic support means for our products. Coinbase custody, this is what I will go over. What they don't mention is something that's dear to my heart. They've got another product here. It's not listed, but yeah, what they don't mention is pretty important for anybody into online retail and e-commerce. So Coinbase custody, the custody team is planning to add support for deposits and withdrawals of Ethereum Classic. Note that custody will likely support more assets than those available to trade on Coinbase markets, Coinbase Pro, Coinbase Prime, and Coinbase for the foreseeable future. So Coinbase custody is already kind of meant to be a bit of a safe haven, a bit of a safe harbor for more coins. So ETC is a pretty big deal. Oh, hey, Reynaldo, I appreciate I appreciate you mentioning that. Now, now I don't always prepare a spreadsheet because I don't always anticipate it becoming a hardcore debate when bringing up ideas. So it really was just a soft touch to the community and asking, hey, take a look at this. So should I always have to create supporting documents where I slam people over the head with hard data? Is an informal profitability calculation not enough? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Nemesis is saying that ETC didn't get hacked, the exchange got hacked, and Ethereum gave the money back and ETC didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the full story there, guys. Coinbase Markets says the markets team is planning to add trading support for Ethereum Classic. In accordance with our trading rules, all ETC books will open in post only for a minimum of 1 hour. If sufficient liquidity is established, trading will then be enabled on Pro and Prime. And then with Coinbase Pro, the Pro team is planning to add trading support for Ethereum Classic. Note that customers who previously had an Ethereum Classic balance on the platform, remember, in 2016, as a result of the 2016 Ethereum hard fork and did not elect to withdraw their funds prior to January 2017 will receive a corresponding Ethereum Classic credit. What? Okay. The plot thickens. And as was mentioned in the comments, the possibility of avoiding a lawsuit, maybe this is what that's in reference to, guys, is being able to receive a corresponding Ethereum Classic credit. Could be that there's a bit of hurt feelings based on the lack of support from Coinbase at the end of 2016. The announcement to not support Ethereum Classic on Coinbase. So, yeah, that's one strong possibility. Coinbase Prime says the Prime team is planning to add trading support for Ethereum Classic. Now, the customers who previously had an Ethereum Classic balance on the platform as a result of 2016 Ethereum hard fork and did not elect to withdraw their funds prior to January 2017 will receive a corresponding Ethereum Classic credit. All right, so credits all around. You get a credit, and you get a credit, and you get a credit. So, yeah, so that's interesting that it would say, yeah, sorry, Nor, about that. That's weird that it doesn't allow you to post links. Sorry, not sorry. And then asset management, any asset listed on Coinbase Markets will be added to Coinbase Index in accordance with the Coinbase Index methodology. The index fund will rebalance to include Ethereum Classic. And then Coinbase, per our previous guidance, Coinbase will list assets only after they are listed on Coinbase Pro and Prime. After evaluating factors such as liquidity, price stability, and other market health metrics, we may choose to add Ethereum Classic to the Coinbase platform. It's also worth repeating that Coinbase Markets, Pro, and Prime will likely have more assets listed on the platform than the Coinbase platform, i.e. listing on Coinbase Markets does not guarantee listing on Coinbase. Kind of weird. Yeah, so guys, posting links into the comment section, it is a little bit tricky. I'm not going to apologize for that. It totally is a YouTube thing. Faded is totally right there. But while we are chatting, I'm going to add a link here. Guys, it seems like with our audience, it's unlikely that anybody here is not already using this platform. But just in case you're not already using Coinbase, there is a referral link. As you know, Coinbase does offer a referral credit to anybody who refers you to the platform, but it also gives you a credit for using a referral link as opposed to just going and signing up on your own. So you get a $10 credit and I get a $10 credit when you use that link. So there you go, guys. Appreciate it. Yep, and Roger Crawford makes a really good point there as well. You can show us a little bit about what you intend to show. Also, just show us if you want to, if it's on the SQRL site, just show us the suffix, right? The URL suffix. We know which site to go to, so you can always just post that. All right, guys. So it's interesting that we've got all kinds of news from all different sides of the industry and the market. Let's go over to whattomine.com and really fast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the P104 data set that I have here. Yay! And there it is, ETH hash, 44 mega hashes per second. I'm going to leave it at 135, though I could drop it down to 125. Yeah, what the heck? I'm going to do that. All right, calculate. And boom! Yeah, there it is. There it is. You'll get all of 4 cents ahead by mining Ethereum Classic over Ethereum. And nice hash, of course, is ever present, teasing us, taunting us, threatening small networks everywhere. And interesting. Hey, they've officially changed it to Zhash as well. Hey, congratulations, guys. I forgot about that they did add it, as opposed to just Equihash. Rip Equihash. Womp womp. All right, so SQRL miner. Guys, I'm probably not going to bring that up in this particular live stream. It's a little bit outside of what we want to talk about, but here on the profitability charts, you can see Ethereum Classic is still high. Still high. Is it like ridiculously higher than anything else? No. And price is still at 1973, at least on what to mine. Let's jump back over to coinmarketcap.com and let's go into the expanded view for Ethereum Classic. Up 9.42%. And let's look at the 7-day really fast. Oh, yeah. All right, server, take your time. It's like we're all destroying it right now. It's getting wrecked from the announcement. 7 days where we're seeing a lot of, the real pump. But let's also take a look at the 1 month here. Ew, we're down. We're actually down. Bummer. Let's take a look at the 3 month here really fast, guys. So we're not quite as far back as the bull run of last year. There we go. That's a little nicer. Yeah, right, Sir John. Rip coinmarketcap.com. We barely knew ye. All right. Definitely volume is higher than it's been in just a little while, but it's not an all-time high for volume. There we go. So volume, we're looking at almost 700 million, but I think we did that much volume, a little higher actually. Tipped the scales at almost 700 million exactly on June 12th. So here we are. That's what I'm saying, Myron. Canary. Let's drop some canary on this market, see what happens. Ethereum Classic will dump, surely, once canary drops. Oh yeah. Hashtag Phoenix Protocol. So guys, we're still evaluating a good forking candidate. Now, I've been asked by some community members, why don't you just go ahead and co-design a coin with ProgPow in mind? And that makes sense, but also, I don't know, it's a weird landscape, right? There are so many coins that don't offer real utility, so many coins that don't offer any real value by way of any new development. But designing something from scratch also kind of doesn't make sense to me, right? We're standing on the shoulders of giants when we talk about cryptocurrencies, specifically in blockchain projects. There's so much in the open source, so many repos that are perfectly good and offer some really great code. Guys, I'm going to show you a cautionary tale, for example. I'm going to go over to github.com. You guys kind of already know. I totally have to make a new account now because everyone's totally hip to to my repos. Let's see. Where is my repos? I'm going to reset that. I don't know. I have everything totally pumped up to like ridiculous sizes. My repos. And Roderick, that's a great rumor. I'd like to follow up on that actually. Oh, snap. Look at that commit history. Activate. Oh yeah. Activate 2.0. So here's a cautionary tale, guys. This is oh yeah, who else is contributing to this? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we've got other forks. All right, awesome. I'm so glad. So this is a digital asset manager, and it was basically completely abandoned by the Spanish government. I mean, the government of Spain, when the economic downturn affected, as it always does, when financial markets are harmed, right? Some of the countries that are hit hardest are Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain. Spain was hit pretty hard. And all the development that went into this product here basically stopped. Totally open source, really great asset management software. So for being able to transfer assets between an organization, create roles for people to have access to, say, images, videos, image sequences, GIFs, PNGs, PSD files to then create different versions of it automatically. And it was totally abandoned. It's a really cool asset manager. And I reached out to Manolo, cool guy, and asked him, I'd kind of like to take over this project, kind of maintain this project. So I did, started doing some localization of files. And but there it is, guys. Really great code that the world just kind of forgot about. And it's right there, open repo, right? Like totally open source, all of it from day one. And, written in Python too, obviously. A lot of it written in Python. So kind of sad. Kind of sad, but you see this with a lot of different projects. So yeah, why not fork a good coin? There are perfectly good repos out there. Sorry, I just had a moment there thinking about all the sad open source repos, waiting for somebody to fork them and continue development. But the same is true of coin projects, right? And blockchain projects. There's so many good code bases to start from. Why would you start from scratch? Like, why would you? That makes no sense to me. There might be times where you might feel like, okay, I want to try to do a complete rewrite, and where it makes sense. But in other cases, when you got thousands of lines of code, like, why? Just why? I don't get it. So yeah, Roderick, again, that rumor about there being possibly a Walton chain miner on AMD, I'd love to follow up on that. But for the purpose of today's live stream, guys, I don't want to go too long, and I don't want to spread myself too thin here. Let's kind of keep the main thing, Ethereum Classic. And yeah, Richard, you're right. The world does need multiple Dogecoin forks. And yeah, yeah, Christo, you're asking about buying used cards, and you're asking if it's a hassle buying used cards from eBay. I'll say that buying used anything from eBay is always a risk. It really is. It's always a risk. And I mean, I knew a guy that bought a used motherboard from eBay, and it had just been RMA'd, came back from the factory, but the seller hadn't tested it, so they just said, RMA'd, but sold as is. Guy paid like 80% of retail price to get it used. It had an official. It was officially checked by the motherboard manufacturer, but then it didn't work. It was dead on arrival. Anywho, Chris, you're asking, or let's see what this comment is about BCU 1525. Oh, Chris, yeah, I don't know that. I don't know about that. Sorry, I wish I could comment on it, but I can't. What I can say is that yesterday we talked about doing a group buy of P104, and I know for a fact that for the P104 we can on the group buy. There is a special secret sauce for the P104 that is available in the world that allows it to do 44 mega hashes per second. So I think that is contingent on a group buy. So yeah, sorry, I don't have any other news about that. Alrighty. But as far as Ethereum Classic goes, guys, let's jump back into the price charts for CoinMarketCap. Guys, this is not the all-time high, not on trade volume and not on price. And even within the last 3 months, as things started to stabilize and correct after the bull run of 2017, this is not its absolute limit in terms of performance. It was higher 3 months ago. And even a month ago, it wasn't all that much lower. We barely, in fact, today we're lower than we were 3 months ago. We hit an all-time high in the last, it's not quite right. About $19 even. But the figure that we keep seeing is not totally accurate, right? It's been kind of dancing between $19 and $20 over the last day. Jump back into the 7-day view here, guys. 7 days makes it look impressive, but the price action in the long haul has not been as impressive as it once was. The ongoing trade volume, day over day, impressive, right? Over the week, it's maintained high trade volume, so that's awesome. But I'm really curious to see what happens by the end of the day. But guys, that's why I want to do this snapshot today. Just see that right now, real time, or close to real time, we're at $19.69. I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comments, what is your prediction when I go live later on tonight? What do you think Ethereum Classic is going to do? Is it going to pump? Is it going to dump? Is it going to largely stay the same? What do you think? I have my prediction. I'll tell you after you tell me in the comments. All right, so guys, tell me in the comments, what do you think Ethereum Classic is going to do today? I'm not going to wait. That's weird. Okay, maybe I will wait just for a second. But tell me in the comments what you think it's going to do. I'm going to answer a couple of questions here, and then I'm going to tell you what I think it's going to do today. Again, not financial, investing, trading, or legal advice of any sort, but I'll tell you what I think it might do today. All right. So, Well, I'm waiting for that. Christo is asking, what's the name of the mining 1060s? That would be the P106. P106 is the mining version of the GTX 1060. Yeah, BDF, I'm with you. It will definitely go one of three ways, for sure. That's my prediction too. But I've got a couple of guesses here in the comments, guys. Richard says it'll pump, and Faded says it'll go to $18. Do I hear 350? All right, so Vladimir is saying max $40 today. I dig big blocks is saying pump, and we've got a couple of guesses here. Up to around 30 by end of day, says Mixologist Milo, or by end of week, says Mixologist Milo. And Fristo really, really believes that we're going to go well above 30 and possibly go to 35 with the Coinbase listing plus a BTC run. Traveling Tech Guy is saying $25 max. Interesting. That's a little more conservative an opinion, but leaning towards a pump. Bludgeon's saying correction coming. We're sitting at $19 after the initial pump. Dump back to $15. Okay, says Traveling Tech Guy. After you think it goes $25 max. And oh, Barry, you're asking about where's the group buy in the P104. Oh, let's talk about that in a minute, okay? And you guys, maybe better. Let's maybe not talk about it in this live stream. Let's go over to the Discord and let's create a new sub channel over there for that. So if you haven't already gone to our Discord server, if you're not already a member of the Discord server, let me put a link to that. So I use short code links for everything, guys. I'm an old school internet soul where I like to track all the traffic that I send anywhere, because anytime you send anybody anywhere, you are, it's a sort of a de facto endorsement. It's an implicit endorsement of what you're doing. So I like to track everything. I'm shaky. There you go. All right, so let's talk about P104s more over in Discord, and I might do a live chat. We'll just talk informally over in Discord. So yeah, let's maybe talk a little more openly over there. So Carmedio is saying pump to 44 till Sunday, then dump to 25, and then pump to 120 until the end of October. These are oddly specific numbers there, Carmedio. Vladimir, don't forget to keep raising your stop loss. Yes. Oh, first, so you really want P106s. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mentioned, yeah, we'll talk more about it in Discord. All right, so I think we got most everyone's guesses there and predictions. Anybody else, guys? Yeah, Captain Awesome, I'm with you. This is very, very optimistic. Some of these guesses and predictions, guys. Again, for anybody who's just tuning in, none of this is financial investing or legal advice. So yeah, and we've got to say that stuff because people get crazy ideas. Basically, false advertisement, right? So, hey, and Hrista, to talk about that specifically, by the end of the day, I will be adding performance figures for P102, P104, and P106 to the efficiency chart. And then I will be adding some mining parts for AMD as well, because there's a mining edition of the RX 470. So we'll add that to the charts, or add those to the charts. All right, so yeah, we've got some really interesting prediction, guys, and here's my take on it. I'll leave you with this happy thought. I personally think, based on the price action here, and I'm not going to try to invoke any specific ability to with Fibonacci levels and any kind of fancy technical analysis. I'm not going to pretend to know exactly how this stuff works. This is just my personal guess, guys. I think we're going to see it move sideways. I think we're going to see this just be sideways. It's going to be business as usual. But yeah, in the long run, we might see a little bit of a price increase. And I don't think it's going to be a pump. I think a bit like what was mentioned before with LTC, with Litecoin going onto Coinbase, just the increase in utility and accessibility, it's going to bring in a bunch of people who have no clue about crypto. So with increased with increased adoption, price goes up. It just tends to go up. So I think we will see in the long haul, we'll see some increase in Ethereum Classic, more so than just what would have happened with Bitcoin rallying towards the end of the year, if it does. I think we're going to see Ethereum Classic really kind of be blessed by the Coinbase touch here. But over the next 24 hours, yeah, I think, like Jonas is saying, stay about the same, personally. Yeah, and Vladimir, I'm with you, right? Everyone who's like, no, you don't understand. It hit this Fibonacci level here, and then you got to know about this next thing, right? Like, I don't know. I've seen so many people try to use technical analysis to justify their opinions and just be totally wrong. So yeah, this is not advice, just my personal guess that by the end of the day, when we tune back in, it's going to be like, okay, so Ethereum Classic was listed. All right, probably still very profitable to mine, and probably still kind of flirting with that top spot. Yeah, Carmedia, yeah, Fibonacci levels. Don't get caught up in the hype of any kind, right? So yeah, I think that it's still going to be profitable to mine. Here we are back on what to mine. Obviously, we know there are a lot of coins that aren't listed here. So, hold those secret coins close to the chest. But it's there on the top of the list. Then again, so is NiceHash. So there's no accounting for taste or good, or good common sense. Hey, look at that. Bitcoin interest is not entirely unprofitable to mine. That's cool. But so it's there on the list. It's there somewhere. Interesting. There aren't that many coins that are very profitable to mine, though. So, yeah, guys, I'll leave you with that happy thought. Ethereum Classic, at the bare minimum, is still profitable to mine. So that's helpful. Yeah, BDF. If TA worked, then even at a 50.5% rate, someone would have coded a bot and made millions. Casinos are made on such razor-thin odds. Yeah, it's totally true, right? But when you look at different MLMs, for example, that claim to have some kind of a trading bot, it's in the software development world, they're doing what's called a mechanical Turk or a man behind the curtain operation. Like a Wizard of Oz approach, where it's like, there's no magic, there's no secret bot doing all that stuff. Just a few people trying to look at trends and trying to do their best and make decisions either by committee when it's the mechanical Turk, or pull a bunch of different knobs and push buttons and make sure the machine still works. Yeah, so pretty interesting stuff there. Guys, and Roderick, you mentioned before, the major increases in value are going to come from long-term vaulted coins, the Nakamoto way. Banks aren't getting into this to have value. Their efforts are to increase their wealth. Follow the money. True story. Captain Awesome, yeah. Just another gambling industry. That may well be true. But those of us who are running it like a business, guys, we are paying attention to our CapEx. We are paying attention to our OpEx. We are ensuring that we have safeguards in place so that we don't lose our shirts. We don't go putting a ton of mining equipment on lines of credit. We don't go mortgaging our homes just to buy a farm. I mean, no offense. There's somebody in the comments here that may have bought a significant amount of gear on credit, and if you did, I'm truly sorry, but I would never recommend that to anybody. Again, not financial advice, just I think probably good sense, common sense. Other than, business loans where you might normally pitch a business concept to people who are asking you, give me the full plan. And you have to create your full plan, right? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to make good on those loans? So, all right. Guys, that's what I got for you this morning. Interesting to see where Ethereum Classic is right now. Go back to the one-day view. But we're at $19.69. Somebody said that it pumped while we were talking, right? It pumped while we were talking. But, here it is. It said, was it 2777 Satoshis? Yeah, Vladimir, like you're saying, invest what you can afford to lose. And that holds true not only when buying coins, but when buying equipment, right? Buying out equipment. That's why, guys, I've talked about, like, if you can be aggressive about buying used gear today. I don't know, it's not a terrible investment in my mind. I'm not telling you that you should, but if you're going to buy used gear, be aggressive, right? Be aggressive in talking people down. New equipment, there's only so much you can do, right? But if you're buying used today, scour for them deals, right? Make a penny squeal today, because you can. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. Please remember to click on the links just for good measure. I'm going to throw, and I apologize, guys. I don't mean to be like ultra shiltastic. So I'm not being shiltastic. I'm just showing you the sponsored links for stuff that we talked about in this video. But we had bit.ly/get if you're not already using Coinbase. And we've got, for the other recent entrant, bit.ly/get Robinhood. So you can get on board with those two platforms that are listing Ethereum Classic today. You may be sitting on Ethereum Classic that you want to try to move, and you may already have been mining it over the last month because you've noticed that profitability has been high. So, yeah. Hey, Vorn, how are you? Yeah. Yep, guys, and if you haven't already checked out the merch store, as you know, all you have to do is go to Amazon and search for mineor.biz, and you will see the official merch on Amazon. All right, guys, appreciate your support. You're the reason I make these videos. As you know, I love your face. I will see you in the next one. Ciao.